Bitcoin dominance has now printed 7 red candles in the last 10 weeks. And while everyone on crypto Twitter is still obsessing over whether we've already topped out for the cycle, something important has been happening quietly in the background. The Altseason Index just climbed above 60%. That's not a small move, it's a signal that capital is beginning to shift. And if you're not thinking about positioning for the next altcoin rotation, heading into the final quarter of the year, you could miss out on what may be the most explosive opportunity of this cycle. In this video, we're going to break down how altcoin rotations unfolded in past cycles, why this cycle looks fundamentally different, which metrics are flashing rotation signals right now, and most importantly, how to position yourself without falling into the same traps that wreck most traders. Stick with me until the end because I'll also share a couple of specific triggers that suggest we may be standing on the edge of the biggest altcoin move of the year, possibly even of the cycle. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you value data-backed insights instead of recycled narratives, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and tells me to keep bringing you detailed breakdowns. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're leaving serious alpha on the table. Bitcoin has had a rough patch. Seasonality is kicking in hard as we step into the historically dreaded month of September, with Bitcoin already down more than 13% from its highs. But here's the twist. While Bitcoin has struggled, Ethereum has quietly held its ground against BTC. That relative strength is not just a side note, it's a clue. Every altcoin rotation in the past started with ETH showing resilience against Bitcoin, and this time looks no different. But before we map out what that means today, let's rewind and understand how rotations have historically unfolded. If you've been in crypto for more than one cycle, you know the playbook. Bitcoin leads, smart money piles in, BTC dominance climbs past 70%. Bitcoin is the safe play, Ethereum follows. Once Bitcoin momentum slows, ETH starts outperforming BTC, signaling phase 2 of the rotation. Large caps rotate. Capital flows into big alts like Solana, BNB, or other strong L1s. They have liquidity, fundamentals, and can handle institutional flows. Retail mania. Finally, retail floods in, chasing mid-caps and small caps. Fundamentals don't matter. Everything pumps together. The signal that confirms true alt season has always been BTC dominance breaking below 50%, and the Altseason Index breaking above 75. That's when broad-based rallies ignite, and history shows it can last for months. 2017 was pure madness. Altcoins ran 7 to 8x on average, some did 100, 200x, and it felt like money was just raining from the sky. Everything pumped together. If you were in the market, you were winning. 2021 was more selective. Instead of a broad everything rally, we had phases. DeFi, NFTs, gaming, each having their own mini-cycles. It wasn't the same euphoria, but still, enormous gains. But here's the thing. The 2025 cycle is not a repeat of 2017 or 2021. If you're trading by the old playbook, you're setting yourself up to get wrecked. 3 big shifts define this market. Institutional adoption. Pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, and Fortune 500 treasuries are now in crypto. They aren't chasing microcaps. They stick to top 10, 20 assets. That makes this cycle much more top-heavy. Sheer token supply. In 2017, there were maybe 1,000 projects. Today, over 20 million tokens are being tracked. Liquidity is fragmented, so we won't see a rising tide lifts all boats effect anymore. Narrative-driven rotations. Instead of broad rallies, liquidity is laser-focused on hot sectors, AI restaking real-world assets. If you're not in the right narrative at the right time, you get nothing while others print. This explains why so many traders have been frustrated. They're waiting for the old everything pumps for months alt season. But this cycle is about shorter, sharper, more selective rotations. So where are we today? BTC dominance topped at 66% in June and is trending lower. That inability to push higher is historically bullish for altcoins. ETH-BTC ratio has been strengthening since May. Phase 1 rotation is already underway. Others versus ETH RSI just hit 25. In 2021, when RSI dipped below 30, it triggered a 100-day altcoin rally. If it breaks back above 45, that's usually the start of the ETH, large cap, small cap flow. Solana versus ETH is stabilizing after months of bleeding. Historically, when Solana bottoms, it marks the broader market gearing up for rotation. The puzzle pieces are lining up. Here's how I'm approaching it. Phase 1. Accumulate ETH on dips. Confirmation comes with multiple daily closes above $5,000. Once that's locked in, ETH leads. Phase 2. Gradually rotate into large caps like Solana and SUI. These soak up spillover liquidity and have institutional backing. Phase 3. Identify narrative plays. Right now, AI tokens and real-world asset tokenization look strongest. Focus on projects with utility and institutional participation, not just hype. For allocation, I like a balanced 30-40-30 split. 30% ETH or top 10, 40% large caps, top 20, 30% narrative plays, carefully sized due to risk. Most importantly, set exits before you enter. Rotations are explosive but brutal when sentiment flips. Profit-taking discipline is everything. The Fed's September 17th rate cut has an 87% probability priced in. If Powell turns dovish, that's the liquidity spark altcoins are waiting for. Key levels. BTC dominance breaking below 56% and trending down. ETH BTC holding support. Altseason Index pushing past 75. If these align in September, we could see the acceleration phase of Altseason extend deep into Q4. So the real takeaway? This isn't 2017. This isn't 2021. The old cheat sheet doesn't work anymore. Rotations are faster, sharper, and far more selective. But with the right positioning and discipline, this could still be the most profitable setup of the cycle. Which side are you on? Are you betting on ETH, large caps, or narrative plays to lead the next rotation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if this breakdown gave you clarity on how to navigate the coming weeks, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.